What if I told you that every single AI breakthrough you have ever heard of, ChatGPT, self-driving cars, face recognition on your phone, all of it start with one tiny math equation? No, seriously, one equation. That is it. Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 1 of our neural network fundamental series. Today we are cracking open the black box of AI and showing you exactly how a single artificial neurons learn to think. Stick with me till the end because by the time this video is over, you'll be able to write your own neural network in just 30 lines of Python. Let's go. Here is something wild. ChatGPT has 175 billion parameters. Tesla Autopilot processes millions of images. Google Translate speaks over 100 languages, and yet they all run on same simple idea, an idea invented way back in 1957. You don't need a supercomputer to understand it. You don't need a PhD. In fact, you only need to understand one neuron. And once you get that, you understand all of AI. So, what is this magical idea? Let me show you. Here is exactly what you will master in the next few minutes. 1. How real neurons in your brain inspire the past artificial one. 2. The Perceptron, the simplest neural unit ever, and the bug that almost killed AI in the 60s. 3. How stacking neurons in layers solves problems a single one can't. 4. Activation functions, sigmoid, thon, relu. We'll show you which one to use and when. 5. And finally, we'll build a real neural network in Python from scratch. Just 30 lines. If that sounds good, smash that like button and let us dive in. Okay, story time. Back in the 1940s, scientists looked at the human brain and asked a question: can we copy this? Look at a real neuron. It has 3 parts, dendrites. These collect signals from other neurons. Think of them as inputs. The cell body, this adds up all those signals. And the axon, this spices up a signal only when the total is strong enough. Now look at artificial version. It does the same thing. Inputs come in. We'll call them x1, x2 and x3. Each input gets multiplied by weight. That is how important it is. We add them all up, and if the sum is big enough, boom, it fires. That's it. We literally turn biology into math. And that one trick, it changed the world. Alright, here it is. The equation that runs all of AI. Y equals f of sigma wi xi plus b. Don't panic. Let me break down in plain English. X is your input, like a piece of evidence. Y is the weight, how much that evidence matters. We multiply each input by its weight, then add them all up. That is the sigma symbol. Then we add a bias. Think of that as how easily the neuron gets excited. And finally, F, the activation function, squashes the answer into something useful. That is the whole thing: inputs, weights, sum, bias, and activation. 5 ingredients, 1 equation, the foundation of every AI on the earth. Now let us see in action with a real example. Imagine your friend invites you to a party. Should you go? Your brain rates 3 things. Is the weather good? Pretty important. Weight of 0.6. Are my friends going? Also important. Weight of 0.5. Is the party close by? Minor. Weight of 0.2. And you have got a built-in laziness threshold, a bias of negative 0.5. you need a good reason to leave the couch. Tonight, weather is great, that is a 1. Friends are going, another 1. But it is far away, that is 0. Let us compute 0.6 into 1 plus 0.5 into 1 plus 0.2 into 0 minus 0.5 equals 0.6 plus 0.5 plus 0 minus 0.5 equals 0.6. Is the 0.6 above 0? Yes. The neuron fires. Wait it. Go to the party. That's it. That is literally the entire Perceptron. Now imagine doing this a few billion times. That is ChatGPT. But, and this is a big but, the Perceptron has a problem, a better problem. Look at this. A single Perceptron can only draw one straight line to separate things. For simple stuffs like and or logic, that works great. You can draw a line easy, but then there is a jar, exclusive or. Look at this picture. Can you draw one straight line that separates the green dots from red dots? Try it. Go ahead. Pause the video. You can't. It is impossible. This problem actually killed AI research for almost 20 years. People thought neural networks were a dead end. But then someone had a genius idea. What is the fix? Stack them. If one neuron can only draw a line, what if we use many neurons? And what if we put them in layers? Here is how it works. Input layer, your data comes in. Hidden layers, the magic middle where the network actually thinks. Output layer, your answer comes out. One layer draws a line. 2 layers can draw curves. 3 or more layers, they can carve any shape you can imagine. This is called a multi-layer perceptron or MLP for short. Information flows left to right. Each connection has a weight, each neuron has a bias, and just like that, AI was back. So how does information actually move through the network? It is called forward pass, and it is just 3 steps repeated. Step 1, multiply and sum. Take the inputs, multiply by the weights, add the bias, same as before. Step 2, apply the activation. Cause the result through a non-linear function. We'll talk about why in a second. Step 3, pass it on. The output of this layer becomes the input for the next layer. Repeat, repeat, repeat until the very last layer spits out an answer. This is how a neural network thinks. It is just this little dance happening millions of times per second. Now I have to tell you something important. Without activation functions, deep learning literally doesn't work. Here is why. If every layer just does weight times inputs plus bias, pure math, then stacking 100 layers collapse into one big equation. A 100 layer network would be no smarter than a 1 layer network. Useless. But the moment you add a non-linear activation functions between the layers, boom, the network can suddenly learn anything. Curves, edges, faces, language, music, and anything. There is even a famous theorem from 1989, the universal approximation theorem, that proves in a neural network with just one hidden layer and a non-linear activation can approximate any continuous function on Earth. This is not exaggeration, that is math. That's why deep networks are so powerful. Okay, so which activation functions should you actually know? There are four big ones. Step function outputs 0 or 1, super simple, use it for teaching only, it is broken for real training. Sigmoid, that classic S-curve, outputs between 0 and 1, great for probability. Downside, it slows down landing in deep networks. Thorn, like sigmoid, but goes from -1 to +1. Centered around 0, used a lot in older recurrent networks. ReLU, this is the king. ReLU stands for rectified linear unit. Sounds fancy. It is literally just if it is negative, make it 0, otherwise keep it. That's it. Fast, simple, and 90% of the modern AI uses it. So, which one do we use? Here is the cheat sheet. Eden AIs use ReLU, it just works. ReLU giving you dead neurons, then try leaky ReLU or GeLU. Binary yes or no output, use sigmoid. Multiple categories like classifying images, use softmax. Predicting a number like a price, use no activation or just linear. Building a fancy transformer like GPT, they use GeLU or SWIGLU. This is the pro tip. Start with ReLU, match the output to your task, tune later, that is done. Okay, promise time. Let us actually build this thing. This is a neural network from scratch in Python, 30 lines, that's it. We import NumPy, we define ReLU, 1 line. We make a class called MLP with 2 layers. The weights are random, we multiply by 0.1 to keep them small so they don't explode. The biases start at 0. In the forward function, we do weights time, input plus bias, apply ReLU, then do it again for the next layer. Then we plug in some inputs and print the output. That is a working neural network right there. Reading the code, you already understood more about AI than 90% of the people. But wait, this network can predict, but it can't at land. That is coming in episode 2. Now in the real world, no one writes neural networks from scratch. Once you understand the math, framework like PyTorch and TensorFlow make it trivial. Look how short is this. PyTorch 4 lines, Keras 4 lines, same network, same logic. The framework handles messy stuff, matrix math, gradients, GPU acceleration. What is your job? Design the architecture, pick the layers, and train the model. That is the magic. You learn the hard way once, now we can fly. Here is the part that blew my mind when I first learned it. Each layer of a deep neural network learns something different, and it builds up like a pyramid. In a face recognition network, layer 1 sees just pixels, brightness values. Layer 2 combines pixels into edges and lines. Layer 3 combines edges into parts, eyes, noses, and mouths. Layer 4 combines parts into whole faces. Nobody programmed to do this. The network figured it out on its own. This is called feature hierarchy, and it is the secret reason deep networks crush shallow ones at hard problems. Alright, let us log this in. 5 things to remember forever. 1. A perceptron is just a weighted sum plus an activation. That is the atom of AI. 2. A single perceptron can solve linearly separable problems. Breaks it. 3. Multi-layer perceptron fix that by stacking neurons with nonlinear activations. 4. Without those nonlinear activations, depth is meaningless. The whole network collapses. 5. Remove for hidden layers, match the output activation to your task. That is the rule. Get those pi down and you understand the foundation of every AI system on the planet. Wait, I left out the most important part. How does network actually learn? Where do those weights come from? How does it know if it is right or wrong? That is episode 2, back propagation. The algorithms that made modern AI possible. Next time, we are covering gradient descent, how the network finds the perfect weights, the chain rule, the calculus trick that runs the world, why training is just rolling a ball downhill, and the two enemies of every deep network, vanishing and exploiting gradients. If you want that video the moment it drops, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in episode 2. Until then, keep learning, keep building.